All right, if you're in sales, I bet you know this feeling. You are putting in the hours, you're making the calls, but the results, they just aren't showing up. It can feel like this huge, frustrating gap between all your effort and the deals you're actually closing. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the blueprint to bridge that gap, to finally make that leap from rookie to pro.
Does this look a little too familiar? You look up, the end of the month is staring you down in your pipeline. It's a ghost town. It is an absolutely frustrating place to be. But trust me, you are not alone. The good news is there's a way out, and it starts with a pretty fundamental shift, not in what you do, but in how you think.
This right here, this is the whole game. It frames the entire journey. You've got the rookie on the left, pushing products, running on the fumes of motivation, and wondering why they keep getting ghosted. And on the right, you have the pro. They're solving problems, they run on pure discipline, and they build real partnerships. The difference isn't about personality. It's about a specific set of mindsets and habits.
Okay, so the first thing we got to tackle, and this is absolutely foundational, is a total mindset shift. Everything else we're going to talk about is built right on top of this. It's about moving from thinking about your product catalog to thinking about your customer's bottom line.
Just let this one sink in for a second. Customers don't buy products. They buy outcomes. I mean, think about it. Nobody wakes up in the morning excited to buy paper towels, right? No, they wake up wanting to solve a problem, like, say, crazy high labor costs from janitors constantly restocking, or maybe failing a health inspection. That's the outcome they're actually buying.
So how do you actually do that? Well, it breaks down into 3 pretty simple steps. First, you've got to see the world through their eyes. What are their biggest headaches? Then, you connect your product's features directly to a business outcome for them. And finally, you have to speak their language, which is the language of return on investment, or ROI.
Let's make this crystal clear. Ultra Absorbent is a feature. It's all about your product. But fewer changeouts and lower labor costs, now that is an outcome. That's about their business. One gets you a meh, maybe. The other gets you in the room with the person who signs the checks.
And this is where the magic happens. When you actually do the math for them, the value just becomes undeniable. I mean, imagine saying to a facilities manager, look, our high-capacity roles mean your team spends 5 fewer hours a week on changeouts. At $20 an hour, that's $100 a week, or over $5,000 a year you can put right back into your budget. Bam! Just like that, you're not a salesperson anymore. You're a business consultant.
Okay, so once you've got that mindset locked in, it's all about what you do day in and day out. This brings us to the daily disciplines that really separate the pros from the rookies, the 3 core habits that are going to completely transform your pipeline.
Habit number 1 is all about consistency. Look, motivation feels great, but it's a terrible business plan. It's an emotion, it comes and it goes. You can't build a career on it. Discipline, on the other hand, is a commitment. It's doing the boring, essential work every single day, especially on the days you don't feel like it. That's what builds a pipeline that literally never runs dry. And this slide, this tells a tale of 2 salespeople we've all seen, or maybe even been. You've got Sarah, who waits for inspiration. She skips a few days of calls and follow-ups, and boom, 90 days later, her pipeline is empty and she's panicking. Then you have Mike. Mike commits to his activity goals no matter what. He makes over 125 touches, calls, emails, you name it, every single week. The result? A predictable, steady flow of deals. His discipline created his success. So, what does that discipline actually look like in practice? It looks like this: the Pro's Weekly Scorecard. It's not vague, it's not a feeling, it is a set of hard numbers you can actually track. Think of these as your non-negotiables. You hit these activity goals every week, and I promise you, the closed deals will follow.
All right, habit number 2. It's not just about the quantity of your outreach, it's all about the quality. Every single email, every call, it's a chance to either build trust or get completely ignored. The pro makes every single touch count because they always provide value.
Here's a perfect, real-world example. Look at the rookie, John. His email says, just checking in. It's lazy, it's all about him, and it asks for time without offering anything in return. And the result? He gets ghosted. Now look at Lisa, the pro. Her email is about the customer. It offers a valuable idea, and that earns her the next conversation. The lesson here is simple. Always, always lead with value.
And that brings us perfectly to our third and maybe most critical habit. You can't offer a valuable solution if you don't deeply, truly understand the problem. Pitching your product before you've diagnosed your customer's pain is the #1 mistake that rookies make. A real pro acts like a doctor. They ask smart questions and they diagnose the problem first. And the way you do that is with this simple 3-step diagnosis. It's so powerful. First, ask thoughtful, open-ended questions to get them talking about their real challenges. Second, help them put a number on that pain. So how many hours is that costing you a week? What's the financial hit of that problem? And third, you repeat it back to them. You confirm it in their own words. When you can say, so if I'm hearing you right, this issue is costing your department about $800 a month, you've just built massive trust and created real urgency.
So, what happens when you put all this together? When you've got the mindset and the habits? Well, that's when something really amazing starts to happen. Your entire relationship with your customers begins to change. This is the payoff we've been working towards.
By the time you get to the proposal stage, the sale is practically a done deal. Why? Because your proposal isn't some surprise list of products and prices. Nope, it's a summary of everything you've already discussed. It's a story about their problem and the financial impact of your solution. You're not selling a product anymore. You're selling a business case. And that makes the yes a no-brainer.
This is the new identity you've earned. You're not just another rep fighting over pennies. You have completely elevated the conversation. It's about outcomes, it's about ROI, and it's about solving real business challenges. You've become a value-driven seller.
And that right there, that's the ultimate transformation. Customers don't see you as just another person trying to sell them something. They see you as a key partner in their success. They start bringing you their problems, they ask for your advice, and they trust you. That's how you know you've really gone from rookie to pro. Okay, so this all sounds great, right? But where do you actually start? It's not some big mystery. There's a clear, actionable plan. Let's break down what your 90-day mission looks like. Look at this 90-day ramp plan. We're breaking it down into bite-sized chunks to make it feel totally achievable. Month 1 is all about foundations, learning your stuff inside and out. Month 2 is about building momentum through that disciplined activity we talked about. And by month 3, you're putting it all together, you're delivering those value-based proposals, and you're closing your first deals as a true pro.
And if you take away only one thing, let it be this. Success isn't magic. There are no shortcuts. The truth is, top performers aren't born with some secret sales gene. They are just masters of executing small, fundamental, even boring habits, day in and day out, until those habits compound into massive, massive success.
So, you now have the exact blueprint that separates the top 1% from everybody else. The playbook is right here in front of you. The question is no longer, what do I do? The only question left is, will I do it? The path from rookie to pro starts with a single decision. So, are you ready to go pro?